Greetings, beloved viewers. Our aim today is to improve your listening and speaking skills while also acquiring captivating vocabulary and expressions. The narrative we will delve into revolves around Jessie's family excursion to the beach. Jessie sat at the kitchen table, a stack of brochures in front of her, while her family gathered around, excitement palpable in the air. "All right," she said, "we need to choose our destination for our family trip to the beach." Her father leaned over, studying the brochures with interest. "How about the coast near Cape May? I've heard they have beautiful beaches and plenty of family-friendly activities." Sarah, Jessie's older sister, chimed in, "That sounds perfect. I've always wanted to visit Cape May. And I heard they have great shopping too." Adam, the youngest of the siblings, nodded eagerly. "Can we build sandcastles, Jessie? And maybe go surfing?" Jessie smiled, feeling the weight of responsibility as the oldest sibling. "Of course, Adam. We'll do all that and more." After some discussion, they settled on Cape May as their destination. With the decision made, they turned their attention to packing. "Let's start with the basics," Jessie said, pulling out a checklist she had made earlier. "We'll need swimsuits, towels, sunscreen, hats, and sunglasses for everyone." Her mother nodded in agreement. "Don't forget extra clothes and sandals for when we're not at the beach. And we should pack some snacks and drinks for the journey." With the packing list sorted, the final task was booking accommodation. Jessie took charge of this, pulling out her laptop and searching for beachfront rentals in Cape May. After some browsing, she found a cozy beach house that seemed perfect for their family. With bedrooms for everyone, a fully equipped kitchen, and just a short walk to the beach, it ticked all the boxes. "All right, everyone," Jessie announced, turning the laptop around so they could all see. "I've found our accommodation. What do you think?" Her family gathered around, peering at the screen with smiles of approval. "It looks amazing," her father said. "Good job, Jessie." With the destination chosen, packing underway, and accommodation booked, their family trip to the beach was off to a promising start. Excitement bubbled within each member as they counted down the days until their sandy adventures began. With their destination set and accommodation booked, Jessie's family turned their attention to the logistics of getting to Cape May. They gathered around the kitchen table once again, this time with maps spread out in front of them. "All right, we need to figure out our transportation options," Jessie said, tapping her finger on the map. "We could drive there, which would give us flexibility once we're in Cape May. Or we could fly and then rent a car." Her father nodded. "Driving might be more convenient, especially with all the beach gear we'll be bringing. Plus, we can stop and explore along the way." Sarah looked up from her phone, where she had been researching flight options. "Flying could save us time, though. And it might be more comfortable, especially for Adam." Adam, who had been eagerly listening to the discussion, chimed in, "I want to see the sights on the way there, like that big lighthouse." After weighing the pros and cons, they decided that driving would be the best option for their family. Jessie took charge of route planning, pulling up a map on her phone and plotting their course to Cape May. "We'll take the scenic route," she said, tracing a finger along the coastline. "That way, we can stop at interesting places along the way and make the journey part of the adventure." Her father nodded in agreement. "Sounds like a plan." And we can pack some snacks and games to keep us entertained during the drive. With their route mapped out and transportation decided, the final consideration was how to manage travel with children and elderly family members. They discussed ways to make the journey comfortable for everyone, from frequent rest stops to ensuring ample entertainment options in the car. "We'll need to pack plenty of snacks and drinks for Adam," Jessie said, ruffling her brother's hair. "And maybe some audiobooks or music to keep everyone entertained." Her mother added, "And we should plan our stops strategically, so we can stretch our legs and rest whenever needed." As they finalized their plans, Jessie felt a sense of pride in how they were coming together as a family to make their beach trip a reality. With transportation, route planning, and travel management sorted, they were one step closer to their sandy destination. With their transportation plans set and route mapped out, Jessie's family eagerly delved into planning the activities and entertainment for their beach trip to Cape May. They gathered around the kitchen table once more, this time armed with guidebooks and brochures highlighting the plethora of options available. "All right, let's talk about the fun stuff," Jessie exclaimed, spreading out a list of beach games and sports she had compiled. "We can bring along beach volleyball, frisbees, and maybe even a beach ball for some friendly competitions." Her father grinned. "And don't forget about building sandcastles. We could have a contest to see who can build the biggest and most elaborate one." Sarah nodded in agreement. "I'm up for some beach yoga too. It'll be the perfect way to start the day, and we can do it together as a family." Adam's eyes lit up at the mention of games. "Can we go surfing, Jessie? I've always wanted to try." Jessie smiled at her brother's enthusiasm. "Absolutely, Adam. We'll find a surf school where you can take lessons. It'll be a blast." With their beach activities planned, they turned their attention to swimming and water activities. They discussed snorkeling, paddleboarding, and even the possibility of taking a boat tour to explore the coastline. "We'll need to make sure we have all the necessary gear," Jessie said, jotting down a list. "Life jackets, snorkels, fins, we want to be prepared for anything." Her mother chimed in, "And we should brush up on our water safety skills, especially with Adam learning to surf. It's important to stay vigilant." As they finalized their water activities, they also made a list of local attractions and landmarks to explore during their trip. From historic lighthouses to nature reserves teeming with wildlife, Cape May offered no shortage of sights to see. "We can visit the Cape May Lighthouse," Sarah suggested. "And maybe take a tour of the nearby wildlife refuge." Her father nodded in agreement. "And don't forget about the boardwalk. It's always bustling with activity, and there are plenty of shops and restaurants to explore." With their activities and entertainment plans in place, Jessie's family could hardly contain their excitement for their upcoming beach adventure. From beach games and water activities to exploring local attractions, they knew their trip to Cape May would be filled with unforgettable moments and cherished memories. As Jessie's family geared up for their beach trip to Cape May, they recognized the importance of planning for safety measures to ensure a fun and worry-free vacation. Gathering around the table once again, they discussed the essential precautions they needed to take. "Sun protection is crucial," Jessie stated, holding up a bottle of sunscreen. "We need to make sure we have plenty of sunscreen with high SPF for everyone." Hats and sunglasses will also help shield us from the sun's rays. Her mother nodded in agreement. And let's not forget to reapply sunscreen regularly, especially after swimming or sweating. We don't want anyone getting sunburned. Sarah added, we should also seek shade during the peak hours of sun exposure, usually between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Next on their list was water safety. With Adam eager to try surfing and the whole family looking forward to swimming and water activities, they knew they needed to be vigilant. We should brush up on our swimming skills before hitting the waves, Jessie suggested. And always swim in designated areas where lifeguards are present. Her father nodded. Absolutely. It's important to heed the lifeguard's advice and warnings. They're there to keep us safe. As they discussed water safety, they also made a mental note to keep an eye on each other while in the water, especially Adam, who was still learning to swim confidently. Finally, they turned their attention to first aid kit basics. Jessie retrieved the family's first aid kit from the cabinet and spread its contents out on the table. We'll need bandages, antiseptic wipes, tweezers for removing splinters, and some over-the-counter medications for common ailments like headaches or minor cuts and scrapes, Jessie listed. Her mother added, we should also include any necessary medications for specific family members, like allergy medication or an inhaler for asthma. With their safety measures planned and preparations underway, Jessie's family felt reassured that they were taking the necessary precautions for a safe and enjoyable beach trip. Armed with sunscreen, water safety awareness, and a well-stocked first aid kit, they were ready to embark on their sandy adventure. In Cape May. As Jessie's family continued their preparations for their beach trip to Cape May, they turned their attention to planning food and drink for their adventure. Knowing that hungry beach days awaited them, they gathered around the kitchen once more, this time focusing on satisfying their appetites. Let's make sure we pack plenty of snacks and drinks, Jessie suggested, pulling out a list she had compiled. We'll need things like fresh fruit, granola bars, nuts, and plenty of water to stay hydrated. Her mother nodded in agreement. And don't forget to pack some sandwiches and easy-to-eat items for lunch on the beach. We can't be running back and forth to restaurants all day. Sarah chimed in, what about a beachside barbecue? We could grill up some burgers and hot dogs for dinner one night. It would be a fun way to enjoy the sunset. Her father grinned. I like the sound of that. We can bring along a portable grill and some charcoal. It'll be like having our own little cookout right on the beach. With their cooking options settled, they also discussed exploring local cuisine during their trip. Cape May was known for its fresh seafood and vibrant food scene, offering a variety of dining experiences for every palate. We should definitely try some seafood while we're here, Jessie said, scrolling through her phone for restaurant recommendations. And maybe we can sample some of the local specialties, like saltwater taffy or Cape May fudge. Her mother nodded in agreement. And let's not forget about the ice cream shops. A scoop of homemade ice cream would be the perfect treat after a day in the sun. With their food and drink plans in place, Jessie's family felt satisfied that they would be well fed and fueled for their beach adventures in Cape May. From packing snacks and drinks to enjoying beachside barbecues and exploring local cuisine, they were ready to indulge in all the culinary delights their vacation had to offer. As Jessie's family eagerly anticipated their beach trip to Cape May, they recognized the opportunity for meaningful family bonding amidst the sun, sand, and surf. With this in mind, they brainstormed ways to foster connection and create lasting memories together. "Let's plan some group activities and games," Jessie suggested, excitement bubbling in her voice. "We could have a beach volleyball tournament, build sandcastles together, and maybe even organize a family scavenger hunt along the shoreline." Her father grinned. "I like the sound of that. It'll be a chance for some friendly competition and lots of laughter." Sarah added, "And we could take turns teaching each other new skills. I could show Adam some yoga poses, and he could teach me how to boogie board." Adam's eyes lit up at the idea. "Yeah. And maybe we can have a bonfire on the beach one night and tell stories and roast marshmallows." Jessie smiled, feeling a warm sense of anticipation for the memories they would create together. "That sounds perfect, Adam. We'll definitely make that happen." Beyond the planned activities, they also recognized the value of simply spending quality time together away from distractions. With busy schedules and daily routines often pulling them in different directions, their beach trip offered a rare opportunity to slow down and reconnect as a family. "We should make a conscious effort to be present with each other," Jessie suggested. "Let's put away our phones and devices and focus on being in the moment together." Her mother nodded in agreement. "Absolutely. This trip is about creating memories and strengthening our bonds as a family. Let's make the most of it." As they finalized their plans for family bonding, Jessie's heart swelled with gratitude for the special moments they would share together on their beach trip. And around the bonfire, she knew that their time in Cape May would be filled with love, laughter, and the joy of being together as a family. As Jessie's family prepared for their beach trip to Cape May, they recognized the importance of instilling in their children a sense of environmental awareness and responsibility. Gathering around the kitchen table, they discussed ways to ensure that their time at the beach would leave a positive impact on the environment. "Let's talk about respecting the beach environment," Jessie said, her voice taking on a serious tone. "We need to be mindful of keeping the beach clean and respecting the wildlife that call it home." Her father nodded in agreement. "That means picking up after ourselves, disposing of trash properly, and avoiding disturbing any animals we encounter." Sarah added, "And we should be careful not to disturb any sand dunes or vegetation along the shoreline. They play a crucial role in protecting the beach ecosystem." Adam listened intently, his young mind eager to learn. "What about the animals in the water, Jessie? How can we help them?" Jessie smiled at her brother's question. "That's a great question, Adam. We can start by making sure we don't leave any trash or plastic behind that could end up in the water and harm marine life. And we can also be mindful of our sunscreen and choose reef-safe options to protect the coral reefs." Her mother chimed in, "And we can educate ourselves about marine conservation issues and share what we learn with others. Awareness is the first step toward making a positive impact." With their commitment to environmental awareness solidified, they also discussed ways to actively participate in beach cleaning initiatives during their trip. "We could join a beach cleanup organized by a local conservation group," Jessie suggested. "It would be a chance to give back to the community and make a difference in preserving the beauty of the beach." Her father nodded in agreement. "And it's a great opportunity to lead by example and show our children the importance of taking care of our planet." As they finalized their plans for promoting environmental awareness, Jessie's Family felt a sense of purpose and pride in their commitment to leaving the beach better than they found it. With respect for the beach environment, education about marine conservation, and active participation in beach cleaning initiatives, they were ready to embark on their trip to Cape May with a renewed sense of responsibility for the world around them. As Jesse's family eagerly anticipated their beach trip to Cape May, they looked forward to moments of relaxation and enjoyment amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life. With the beach as their backdrop, they made plans to savor the tranquility and beauty of their surroundings. "Let's make sure we take time to find moments of calm," Jesse suggested, imagining the gentle rhythm of the waves and the soft caress of the sea breeze. "We can start each day with a quiet walk along the shore or a peaceful meditation session." Her father nodded in agreement. "And let's carve out some time each day to simply sit and soak in the beauty of our surroundings. Whether it's watching the sunrise or stargazing at night, those moments of stillness can be so rejuvenating." Sarah added, "And let's not forget about enjoying the sunset. Cape May is known for its stunning sunsets, and we don't want to miss out on that magical experience." Adam's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Can we build a sandcastle and watch the sunset from there, Jesse?" Jessie smiled at her brother's enthusiasm. "Absolutely, Adam. We can build the biggest sandcastle on the beach and watch the sunset from our royal fortress." Her mother chimed in, "And let's make time for self-care and relaxation. Whether it's reading a book under a beach umbrella, taking a leisurely swim in the ocean, or indulging in a spa treatment, we all deserve a little pampering during our vacation." As they discussed their plans for relaxation and enjoyment, Jesse's family felt a sense of anticipation for the moments of peace and serenity that awaited them in Cape May. From finding moments of calm to savoring the beauty of the sunset and making time for self-care, they knew that their beach trip would be a perfect opportunity to unwind, recharge, and reconnect with each other and with themselves. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel and comment if you like this type of video. We meet in a new video with a new topic.